Welcome back. Right, for the final time this month, we can cross to Rio de Janeiro and speak to South American football expert Tim Vickery. Tim, always a pleasure. Let's start by talking about Lucas Paquetá. He's arrived back in Flamengo, has he? Tell us about this saga. Is it finally coming to an end? And how big a coup will this be for Brazilian football?
Yeah, we're about an hour and a half away from the Paquetá Express landing at Rio Airport. There will be lots of fans there out to meet him because this is a hugely significant deal. This really is a transfer coup. And Brazilian football has been growing, getting richer, and the big clubs have been bringing players back from Europe, but usually either veterans rounding off their careers or people who really haven't found their feet in European football. Paquetá doesn't fit into either of those categories. He's 28 at the peak of his footballing powers, and he is a current Brazilian international with 59 caps. And the reason that he's going home now is that he really wants to cement his place, not only in the squad, but maybe in the team for Brazil's World Cup campaign. The reason that Flamengo wants him is that their sights are on the Club World Cup. It's still a considerable time away, not till 2029, but they're champions of Brazil, they're champions of South America, and they're not happy with that. They want the world. They're like some kind of James Bond villain. So this is a hugely important deal for the club. It's by far the most a Brazilian club has ever paid for a player, and we understand that if Flamengo can get the paperwork done in a rush, they've got a kind of charity shield game on Sunday in Brasilia, one-off game, league winners against cup winners, Super Cup game against Corinthians. And there's just a chance, if Flamengo can get the paperwork done, that back injury that's kept him out of West Ham's recent games might mysteriously clear up and he might be available for selection.
Kendry Paes, Timothy, what can you tell me about him? I know he's been on loan from Chelsea down at Strasbourg. Is he now joining River Plate, we're hearing?
Yes, this is another one of those wonder kids that Chelsea have been stockpiling. And he really is a talent, Kendry Paes. He's only 18. At the age of 16, he was not only playing, but also scoring goals for Ecuador in World Cup qualification. There's a real air of a kind of South American Phil Foden about him. That's the kind of player he is. However, I think there's been a case of too much too soon for him. And the last year and a half or so really haven't gone very well for him. Obviously, Mr. Rosinha knows him very well from Strasbourg. And the plan really wasn't to loan him back to South America. That's a step backwards. They want to get him acclimatized to European football, but it just hasn't quite worked out for him. So this is they would hope, one step back in order to take steps forward in the future. It's a very good club and a very big club that he's joining, River Plate there in Argentina. Biggest capacity stadium in the continent, and they're looking to make it even bigger. And it's a club that relishes this type of player, this type of talent. So hopefully, and one thing you can guarantee, at the age of 18, he's got plenty of time on his side. Hopefully things will go right for him in the long run.
Tim, something else we can guarantee is that Liverpool need defensive reinforcements. What are you hearing about who they could be bringing in?
Well, this is one I've been trying to flag up for some considerable time. I was surprised that it didn't happen in the summer. The player's name, he's another Ecuadorian, a centre-back called Joel Ordóñez. He plays for Bruges in Belgium. He's only 21, but there's real talent there. He's a part of this Ecuadorian defensive unit, which is almost unbreakable. He played the last 8 World Cup qualifiers there, in which Ecuador conceded 1 goal. He's from the same club originally as Pacho of Paris Saint-Germain and Hincapié of Arsenal. Independiente del Valle, same club that produced Kendry Paes. It's a real producer of talent, especially in those centre-back positions. Now, he's been at Bruges for a while. He's done very well there.